Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Doing a special video because it is going to be Halloween on Sunday, and this is going to be up tomorrow. I have work tomorrow, so I'm doing this day before. I'm doing my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. This list has changed a lot since the beginning of the month. I finally seen some movies I've been wanting to see for a long time this month, so that helped out quite a bit. So this is my 10 favorite movies, horror movies of all time. At number 10 is Scream 4. Scream 4 is probably my second favorite of the Scream movies. I like how it was the original three from the first three movies that came back. Even though I like Scream 2 a lot, Scream 4 and Scream 2 are pretty close, but Scream 4 totally tops it for me. It's a great movie. Um, One of my favorite slasher icons of all times, the Scream series. Sidney Prescott is one of my favorite characters in this slash horror movie genre of all time. Um, I like her in this movie and stuff. So I give Scream 4. I give it a solid 9.5 out of 10. It's not the best scary movies, but it's still pretty good, and it still makes the top 10 list. So it's at number 10. Number 9, another movie that really helped me get into scarier movies. 2017. It way better than the original movie that came out in the 90s. Pennywise is a little bit more creepier in the series. I just like how they separate into two different movies. The second movie was too long. I didn't like it as much as I did this one, but this one's just was a pretty scary, but really good Stephen King story and good um annotation that Stephen King story, and it's just really creepy, scary movie, and it's easily my favorite movie in like the 2010s when it comes to scary movies, personally. And it's just a really great movie, and it's easily makes this list at number 9. And I give it 9.5 out of 10. Creepy movie. There's some parts I didn't like, some slow parts, but overall it was a great movie, and it's at number 9. Number 8 is another Stephen King story, and it's Christine. Christine is easy my personal favorite Stephen King story. I love how it's like a car possessed car trying to kill people, and person who buys the car gets possessed by Christine, and they kill all these like bad kids that were making fun of him and showing this Plymouth Fury. I just love the basics of the story, and it's easily my favorite Stephen King story, and it's just an incredible movie. I think it's a little underrated too, but I usually give this movie a 10 out of 10. It's easily one of my favorite scary movies of all time. It's also one of my favorite. It is my favorite Stephen King movie of all time. Next up, at number 7 is Freddy vs. Jason. Jason. I was really surprised with this movie. Um, Freddy vs. Jason is pretty interesting. I don't like the Jason part of it. Maybe that's the only thing I didn't like about it, because Jason was didn't feel like he felt like didn't have that much character to him. But I still liked him in this movie. Freddy was awesome in this movie. Easily the best of the two, and it's just a pretty cool slasher. It wasn't like too scary. But it was an awesome slasher movie. It easily makes this list. I enjoyed this movie. I would definitely watch it again. So that's why it's at number 7. I actually give it 9.5 out of 10. Pretty awesome horror movie, and I personally like it a lot. So why is it number 7? Number 6 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 remake. I love this. It's easily my favorite of the Texas Chainsaw movies. I don't like them too much, the Texas Chainsaw movies. I don't care for the really new ones, but this one in the beginning, the only ones I really care for. But this one's just awesome. Gunny Army is by far one of the most creepiest parts about this movie. And Leatherface is pretty interesting, but um, Gunny easily he makes this movie the best part of this movie, and he's easily the creepiest part. Army, rest in peace, but he was the best part about Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake from 2003, and I give this movie a 9.8 out of 10. Really decent, brutal slasher movie. And number 5 is Nightmare on Elm Street, the original. I finally saw a few of these movies, and this is easily to me my personal favorite. Some of the other ones I've seen are pretty good. The original is easily my favorite. The story's pretty creepy. How he hunts, kills his victims in their sleep. I really like that. Pretty unique for Freddy, and he's just creepy with those blade hands and stuff. And this is one of the interesting things about Freddy, and that's one of the things I like about him. So, um, Nightmare on Elm Street's at number 5, and number 4 is the Friday the 13th, chapter 4, the final chapter. To me, it's my favorite of the Friday the 13th movies because it has a pretty decent story. I love, but um, you have the teenagers, and then you have this little family across the street from them, and then Freddy hunts them down and tries to kill them all. Pretty decent little story. One of the reasons why I do like this movie a lot. It's easily my favorite Friday the 13th. It's Friday the 13th is like my second favorite after the Halloween series when it comes to the movies. This movie is easily one of my personal favorites of the series, especially from the 80s. It's one of my favorite horror horror movies from the 80s, and it's just a great movie. Easy to, like I said, of the first four movies, it's easily the best one of the four. And I give this movie a 10 out of 10. It's a pretty decent slasher movie, and I like it a lot. So, number 4 is Freddy vs. Jason, the final chapter. Number 3 is the original Scream. This movie really surprised me, and just like just as I said about the fourth one, this one though is way better. It's the best of the Scream movies, and then I just like how basic the plot is. Ghostface is pretty interesting, slasher and stuff, but like the three main actors who are in the series, I like them the best in this movie, and this is a really great movie. Easily one of my personal favorites from the '90s, and it Scream series is now up there with Friday the 13th and Halloween for me. And this original Scream movie is a great movie. I give this movie a 10 out of 10. That's why it's at number 3. And number 2 is Trick or Treat. I love this movie. I watch it every year. I'm gonna be watching it this weekend, of course. Um, Great movie, and it deserves a sequel. This movie is such an I believe it's a little bit of an underrated horror movie. It doesn't get as much love as some of the others. Sam is a great icon up there with Michael Myers and Freddy. Trick or Treat is such an awesome horror movie and a slasher and a Halloween movie. Uh, Hits all three of those categories. I love this movie and it easily gets a 10 out of 10. That's why Trick or Treat's at number 2. And at number 1 is the original Halloween. This is the scary movie that got me into scary movies back in like 2017, 2018, and has not failed at all. I love this movie so much. Michael Myers is such an icon, and I do like some of his older movies, and then the newest one, new few new ones that came out. But this original is easily the best slasher movie of all time, and I just love this movie. Original Halloween gets 10 out of 10. I did a review on it, so original Halloween's at number 1. So that's my top 10 horror movies. Horror movies is definitely up there now for me when it comes to especially slashers, favorite movie genre, and these movies are just some of my favorites. So, if you guys like this video, if you like want more, please like, subscribe, hit notification bell, comment, and like the video. And I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.